My personal philosophy has always been that I'd never want to teach people the steps they need to follow in order to achieve a result, but rather I'd want to give them the tools to craft the solution to whatever problem they might encounter. My goal is to make the process of character design more accessible at any level, so that you as the student can engage with the material at whatever layer of complexity suits you the best. You'll come away from this class knowing the basic formula for a character design project, on top of knowing how to customize the various elements to fit your intended purposes, whether it be for college portfolios, job applications, or personal work. So let's talk about what you'll be learning in this class. We'll be starting off with a brief chapter on what I think are the essentials you need to know about anatomy. This includes the names and functions of the most important bones and muscles in the body, which will often show up when you're figure drawing or doing anatomical studies. I'll also be covering body types and how to craft poses as a lead up to my later chapter on dynamic posing and movement. This won't be comprehensive, as there are much more detailed and exhaustive courses about anatomy out there by people who are walking encyclopedias on the topic, so treat this as a way to either freshen up your knowledge or catch yourself up to speed. Following up on that chapter will be a brief discussion on draftsmanship. We'll talk about gesture and rhythm, improving line quality, as well as ways to approach stylizing your work. Once we've covered the basics, I'm going to start the character design aspect of this class with research and development. This is a pretty crucial stage in which you are beginning to define the scope for your project. I'm going to show you my method for researching, categorizing, and compiling your findings using sites like Pinterest and programs like PureRef. I'll also be showing you a template for how you can structure a pitch deck, as well as how you can move forward to start applying your references to the next stage of design, which is iterative ideation. With your beginning research done, it's time to actually start getting into the design process. We'll cover techniques for ideation, such as brainstorm pages and writing, followed up by iterative techniques such as silhouettes and thumbnailing. We'll talk about how to evaluate the quality of your designs, as well as how to convey storytelling through costume, color palettes, and prop design. Closing out the character design chapter will be how to take your design to a finished state in whatever visual style you're interested in, as well as my personal approach to painting and rendering. I'll also cover auxiliary materials that you can include in your project, such as pose sheets and other production materials. The last two chapters are geared towards people who are interested in a career in the arts, whether it be specific to character design or not. I'll be offering my experiences and advice to anyone wanting to get started in freelance and how to get yourself set up professionally. I'll be ending the class with a few bonus chapters talking about some topics that didn't fit elsewhere, but are often asked of me, such as drawing from imagination, daily exercises, and mental health when it comes to art. So that's an overview of what you can expect from this class. I encourage you to take your time with each video and revisit topics when you need a refresher, as none of the things I'll be covering have one simple solution. There's a lot to cover, and a lot more under the surface that might not be apparent the first time you engage with a topic. Furthermore, I would always recommend looking at how other people approach the same subjects, and make a note when you try out methods that don't necessarily feel right for you. I am just one person with my own way of thinking, and just because you struggle with my approach doesn't mean you're doing it wrong or that you're not good enough. It just might mean that you need to see things explained in a different way for it to really click, and that's true with all things. Don't be afraid to drop a comment if there's something you need explained further or have any questions, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with in your future assignments. In the next class, we'll be starting our journey with the fundamentals of anatomy and posing, so see you there!